What is up, guys? How's it going? Zach Ginn here, and in today's video, I'm going to give you the no budget wholesaling real estate guide. This is really exciting. We are live. I love doing these videos live because I can actually connect with you and really get to know the problems that you're having in your real estate wholesaling business. I don't like to be this, guru, YouTuber, coach guy from my big castle where I don't talk to anyone or I'm too good for anyone. Legit, I'm trying to be the people's wholesaler here, and I'm trying to help as many people as possible learn real estate wholesaling. And today's video is exclusively for the people who have no budget, no money, no experience, and they want to get going in this real estate wholesaling business. So this is really exciting. I'm always pumped up to do stuff like this, and I'm going to go live here for as long as I can and truly give as much free value and content as I possibly can. So this is really exciting, guys. So without further ado, let's start getting into it. But remember, before we get in this video, you need to smash that like button. Remember to subscribe. It helps the YouTube algorithm so I can help you make as much money as possible in real estate wholesaling. Remember, on this YouTube channel, I am on a mission to help you make over $100,000 in real estate wholesaling absolutely for free. That is my goal on this YouTube channel, and I'm really excited for it. So a little early today. I usually do these lives at 5, but I decided I get a lot of comments. I got a lot of DMs yesterday I was answering, and they all said, Zach, I always miss your lives. It's always in the evening. Can you have one during the midday? So testing it out today. We're doing one at 1 o'clock, and we're going to see what's going to go on. And I'm going to go a little longer than usual on this one, just so I can catch as many people possible on the live, because I don't want to, I don't want to give value out for someone who can't watch it live. So we're going to do a little audience type today. We're going to see the 1 o'clock crowd and see what I can do to help you guys out in real estate wholesaling. So if you've got no budget, you got no money, this is the perfect video for you. So let's get into it. So before I can explain real estate wholesaling, my no budget guide, I'm going to have to explain the whole real estate process from A to Z today. And I feel like just having a little groundwork. I don't know everyone's experience, but this video is essentially for everyone who has no money or no experience in real estate wholesaling. So let me just briefly go over real estate wholesaling really quickly from A to Z. And wholesaling real estate is basically the process of finding a seller, someone who wants to sell their house for cash. That's all we're really trying to do. That is a lot of the processes that we're doing in my real estate wholesaling business. I'm trying to find people, number one, that want to sell the property. Number two, they're willing to sell it for a discount. And we buy that property for a discount. And then we basically sell that contract for a profit. That's the easiest way I think I can explain it. I can make this business super complicated or very crazy hedge fund type thing, but truly, like, we're buying something and then we're selling it for a profit. That's it. Except we're not actually buying the asset. We're actually selling the contract. So what we're doing is we're selling contracts. That is essentially what wholesaling real estate is. We are basically, I don't like this analogy. I see a lot of people talk about it, but maybe it help you understand this whole process. But basically, like, we're the pawn shop of real estate. We're just, you go with me, I'm not going to be the highest price possible, but it's going to be easy. It's going to be convenient, and you get cash very quickly compared if you try to sell this jewelry somewhere else, or this property, or this car. So that's really the way I sort of look at it. It's a lot of stuff you can do, but really I think that's the closest way I think that helps a lot of people understand this business is by doing that. So that's what I'm going to say. So what we do, again, is we find someone who wants to sell a property for a discount, like a pawn shop. Usually they roll in, they need quick money. You maybe lost their job, or they need a paycheck soon and they can't meet it. And they're just going to, sell a watch or something. They don't want to really deal with selling it, or they sell their car to used car dealership. And they don't go through the process of doing the VIN number, going to negotiate with people, do the handshake. It's stressful. They don't want to deal with it. So they might go with a service like me, where they want to talk to me and they just want to sell the property. They don't want to deal with the realtors, the 6% commissions. They don't deal with the headache of, it's on the market. Let's go through inspection. It's going to be stressful. Is it going to pass? You're going to have to do this updating to this. No, they just want to talk to me. They want to have a conversation, and I'm just here to buy the property for cash. That's it. Can we agree on this price? Let's do it. Simple as that. Of course, they're going to give a slight discount for the speed and convenience, but that's for basically anything in life. So it works out pretty well. So we get a discount on the property. And it's not a deep like it. We like to get deep discounts, but sometimes you don't even have to have a deep discount if it's a higher price point home. So if I get a 10% discount on a $300,000 house, there's still a lot of profit in there for me to make money, and it's not really a lot because you're paying 6% for a realtor. It's very lucrative for the wholesaler, and it's a win-win solution for the motivated seller. So it's actually perfect. So what we're trying to do again is find a motivated seller who wants to sell their property for cash, willing to take a discount on it. If they're not willing to take a discount, they should just go with a realtor. I am 100% in favor. If it's not the right choice to go with me, don't go with me. I've said that so many times with sellers, and I encourage you to say that too. They have to be willing and wanting to actually sell it for cash. Like a pawn shop, they're going to have to want to actually sell the property for a discount. If they understand that, they should. So what we do is we find the motivated seller, we do a bunch of marketing, and we basically have a conversation with them. We get a contract, basically a written legal agreement saying, I'm going to buy this property for X amount of dollars. What I do is find someone who wants to flip properties or actually buy the property, do an investor. Any of these people, mostly the people wanting to buy them for rentals or people who actually want to flip properties and actually sell that contract. So if I have a contract for $100,000 and I find someone who wants to flip properties and he says, Zach, I'll give you $120,000 for it, I make $20,000 on it. So the cash buyer, who that's what the person's called, they're buying that property cash, is going to be $100,000 through a title company, of course, which is a third-party intermediary service. What they're going to do is they're going to give $100,000 basically to the seller and then $20,000 to us. And then it's win-win. We all make money. It's great. So that's basically the wholesaling real estate process A to Z. I think it's really important that we got basically a groundwork for it so people can understand kind of where I'm coming from when it comes to this stuff and what I can do here to help you guys out. So that is wholesaling real estate A to Z. So let's get into the actual no budget guide. So if you got no money, you got no budget, and you want to get into real estate wholesaling, what is the guide to do? So first of all, we got to understand motivated sellers for a second. If we're going to get into real estate wholesaling and we have no money and we have no experience, first of all, you're watching this YouTube channel, like you have all the gifts in the world right now. This stuff, I would have literally begged for this free information when I started real estate wholesaling. I didn't have it. There was no way for me to get this information when I was starting out for real estate wholesaling. So me able to like give the stuff for you for free is the greatest gift I can possibly give. This is the stuff that I wish I had when I started out in real estate wholesaling. And it's basically a game changer, really. This should change your life for wholesaling real estate. There's no excuse with this YouTube channel. I have over 400 videos. I do a video every single day on this YouTube channel, all about real estate wholesaling, all helping you make over $100,000 in real estate wholesaling. So the knowledge is there. Like you don't have to pay courses. You don't have to do any of this stuff. Like the knowledge is there for you to be successful in this business. The question is what you're going to do with it. So action is everything here. But you got to understand if you have no money, but you have time, that's great. The two least amount of resources you have for wholesaling real estate, it's not the knowledge, it's money and time. So you got to figure it out. If you have no money, which you have no budget, you're going to probably have to put more time in the business with the marketing and talking to sellers. Now, if you have a lot of money, which this video is not about, you're going to have probably not a lot of time, maybe. And if you don't have a lot of time, you can use money to leverage that. So you got to decide, what are you going to leverage? So in this example, we have no money. So we're going to leverage time for our advantage here because we have no money. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a lot of marketing. We're going to go find motivated sellers in ways that will cost us no money, but it's going to be very time intensive. And that is always the trade-off. There's trade-offs with everything in life. And really the trade-off here is we're going to have to put a lot of time and effort into it. And to get going, there's not one secret marketing channel with when you have no money or you have a ton of money that will automatically make you millions and millions and millions of dollars. It's all about hard work and commitment and really having the skills to talk to sellers and have the acquisitions things going. But you could do it without any wholesaling real estate experience at all either. So truly in real estate wholesaling, it's the greatest possible vessel to become a millionaire in under 2 years. It absolutely changed my life, and I know it'll change your life too. So motivated sellers, we have no money. So we got to find these people. So these people want to sell a property for a discount. We can do a lot of things. We can literally call every single possible seller out there, but it's going to be very tough. There's so much competition. It's going to be, it's a mess. So we're going to have to find lists and type of marketing where it's going to be very narrowed down because we don't want to waste all of our time. Again, you have a lot of time probably if you have no money, but that might not even be the case. So we got to be careful here. And again, I'm going as live as long as I can. So I got my water and coffee here. So I'm here for a while. Don't worry. But overall, I can tell you this. When it comes to motivated sellers, we need to find them in the easiest, most convenient way possible so we can spend as much time as possible actually getting deals done and locking them up. So we're going to do some marketing. So marketing 101 with no money. This is where we're going to get going. So if you have no money in real estate wholesaling, this is the guide for you for your marketing. This is really exciting. So number one, I can tell you, like everyone goes so crazy for me and like they get kind of annoyed because when someone tells me, Zach, I have no money, what do? I will tell them this: cold call and drive for dollars. Drive for dollars a list and then go cold call. Bye. See ya. Go to work. That's it. You go to Michael Jordan and you say, Michael Jordan, I want to become a great basketball player. Or LeBron, I want to become a great basketball player. What's the secret? What's this one little thing? What's this book I can read to make me the best basketball player? There's no book. There's no secret sauce to it. Do what Kobe Bryant did. Kobe Bryant basically had like no social life. From what I read, from like 17 to 18, he was in the gym, basketball, training for basketball because he had the goal to be in the NBA. Like he had no, like what Kobe Bryant did to become the next Kobe Bryant. It's not a secret. He has no secret. It's hard work and commitment. He spent every single moment with a basketball in his hand in the gym, practicing and practicing and practicing and I'll go for it. He literally lived in the basketball court and gym. And you know what happens? He became one of the greatest basketball players of all time. Become one of the greatest wholesalers of all time. Become one of the just successful in general. You're going to have to put in the time, the effort, the commitment. That is what it takes. There's no secret sauce where you just click a button and get it going. If everyone could do it, there'd be a million LeBrons. There'd be a million Kobe Bryants. There'd be a million Michael Jordans. There's only one of those people in like basically every generation. Like when it comes to basketball, there's one great because there's one person that rose above the rest and put in the work. It does help being 6'6", like 6'5" or something like that for basketball, but you can still be short and do well. So just like that analogy, if you want to become the greatest at something or amazing at it, you're going to have to put in the time and effort. So the reason for that rant is everyone says, what can I do besides driving for dollars? What can I do besides cold calling if I have no money? I can give you a million examples, but why are you avoiding this? You're avoiding driving for dollars and you're avoiding cold calling because you don't want to put in the work. And I'm sorry, you do not have that luxury when you have no money. You're going to have to do the stuff that absolutely sucks. If you have no money, you're going to have to do the stuff that just sucks. That's it. You're just going to have to put in the work and the time. If you want to be good at shooting three-pointers for basketball, you're going to have to go in the gym and start shooting three-pointers. Hours and hours and hours and hours. That's how you become good at cold calling. That's how I became so good at cold calling. I did 8 hours a day, 5 days a week for a year straight in my college dorm room because I knew what this wholesaling real estate business could do to make me a millionaire and change my entire life. And that's what it did. So if you want to do this, you're going to have to put in the effort and the work. There is no shortcuts, especially in wholesaling real estate. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. If it was, everyone would do it, and it'd be very easy to do and get rich very quick. It's not. It's basically wholesaling is the biggest bait and switch, I think, in entrepreneurship because it seems sexy. You can make all this money really quick, but in reality, you get lucky a couple times, but it takes consistent effort to get good at this stuff. So driving for dollars, I'm telling you right now, you're watching this, you rolled your eyes, and I had to give you this rant right here to tell you, go out there and do it. I promise you, the hardest part about driving for dollars is actually just getting that car and going. That is a lot of the struggle. It's like getting up in the morning. The alarm hits and you're tired. The hardest part about getting up is just getting up. That's it. You just got to do it. So driving for dollars, if you have no money right now, and let's say you can walk for dollars, bike for dollars, and you had some gas money in there, start driving for dollars. Go out there and start looking for distressed properties. Look for properties that, the stucco looks cracked out there, the wood frame, you see rot, you see the roof looking bad, you see very high grass. High grass is actually one of my favorite parts out there. And go out there and find properties like that. That is probably one of my biggest recommendations I can absolutely give you right now is start driving, start going out there and looking for properties that need help. The cool part about driving for dollars too is it's very systematized. Basically, it takes right now, I don't know how saturated your market is, but for most markets I've found, if you could find 200 to 250, 200 is basically the average, but I'm assuming you have no experience. You might botch a couple of motivated seller calls. So let's say 250. And if you're like brand new, like you're just watching, this is your first wholesaling video you've ever seen, maybe 300, but systematized 200 to 300. If you can find 200 to 300 those type of properties on a list and call them, you will get a real estate wholesaling deal. That's it. Like on average, that's it. Maybe first time you try it, you find 2 properties, you call it, you get a deal. Perfect. But maybe it'll take 400 next one. But overall, it takes around 200 to 300 motivated seller calls on drawing for dollars leads to actually get a real estate wholesaling deal. That's it. So now that you are armed with this information, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to go out there and find 200 to 300 leads right now this week and go and get a deal? Or are you going to just hope and pray and get like 20? That's it. Create a system. Say, Zach, actually, don't even say Zach. Don't even commit to me. Commit to yourself. Say, you know what? I'm going to do 50 today, 50 the next day, and then I'm going to get 350 in a week, and I will get a deal this week. Go do it. Like that is what you have to create a system, create discipline in your life when it comes to wholesaling and your marketing, and the fruits of your labor you will see it. It will change your life. I'm telling you. The difference between me doing really well bandit signs when I started out in this real estate wholesaling business was I started committing to doing 50 signs every single weekend, then turned into 100 a weekend. And it got pretty crazy. I ain't going to lie. It got crazy, but the money started coming in like crazy. And it was absolutely amazing. So what I can tell you right now, create a system for driving for dollars, start driving. I will rant for this forever because I feel like someone who's watching this with no money or no budget needs it. I'm not doing this for the views. I'm not doing this so I get more subscribers. I would do, I don't even know what, I would do some fancy, like crazy clickbait video if I wanted views and subscribers and like the ad. Yeah, I'm doing this for my legacy, guys. So if one person gets this through their skull today, that it takes time and effort, systematize your drawing for dollars and get out there and I change their life and they get the first deal, and they can actually support their family now, and they don't have to work a 9-to-5 job. I'm doing this video for just one person, and that would be it. I will end this video, and I will be satisfied with myself. That is my goal. There's people getting their first deals from me, and I know this advice is good. I know that you need to get going on it. I run a 7-figure wholesaling operation in net profit because I know what I'm doing here, and I want to help you guys out absolutely for free. So drive for dollars, guys. I'm telling you. Go out there and drive for dollars and cold call that list. I'm going to go over the scripts and everything today. I'm telling you, go out there and do it. There's no excuse. I don't want that, but go out there and do it. I promise you, you can do success and have the life you want. Go out there, start driving. I'm telling you, I love drawing for dollars so much because this is the list that you can't buy. You go out here and tell me, my market's super saturated. My market's terrible. My market's this. There's too many wholesalers here. Well, why is that? Because everyone's cold calling the same exact list. They're cold calling the high equity list. They're all buying this, by the way. So if you have no budget, you can have the advantage here. Everyone's buying this list. Everyone's pulling the code violations. Everyone's pulling, the water shutoffs because of my videos. Everyone's pulling this and this. You can still get deals doing that. We'll talk about that a little later. But you keep talking about how you cold call. Everyone keeps saying they get 1 million wholesalers. Well, go get the list that no one else can get. Go out there, drive for dollars. It's one of the only lists that no one can buy. You have to earn this list. You can't buy it. You have to earn it. It's amazing. Another example I can give you is you got to go out there and talk about like, let me use this YouTube channel, for example, really quick. Why have I been blessed with so much success on this YouTube channel? Why do we have tens of thousands of subscribers, 10,000 plus people in my mastermind, 10,000 like plus people like on social media, on Instagrams, through all my channels? Why do I have thousands of people in the Zach Ginn channel? Why? And how did I do that starting out with no money? I haven't spent one dime on YouTube ads. I haven't done one. I haven't done one Facebook ad. Like I don't run ads to go on my YouTube channel. I don't sell courses. I honestly should be doomed. But why do I beat out the top people? And think about it for yourself. And plus, I spent no money promoting this like channel. I do this as a hobby. Honestly, I don't make enough money off this stuff. So why do I do this, and how did I become successful? So let's use that as an analogy for you and your real estate wholesaling business. There might be big wholesalers in your area. Why would you do well or actually become successful? Because I mean, my wholesaling podcast is, I think, top 5 on YouTube now. So how did I go from there, from having 5 subscribers? How did that happen? I will tell you right now how that happened. And yeah, I feel like you should listen to this lesson I'm giving you today, because I think it's going to translate well to your wholesaling. What happened? Well, what I did is I did the stuff that nobody else was willing to do. That's it. I did a video every single day on this YouTube channel. Every wholesaling guru, they can't make money off of you doing it. So they did 2 videos a week. So I did 7 videos a day, 7 videos a week. And what did I start doing? I started giving out my best information possible. I started giving as much as I could. You give more just give in your wholesaling business, and you'll get so much more back. And what I started doing more work. I put more content out than the gurus out there that were pouring. I'm telling you, they're spending they're spending tens of thousands of ads on Instagram, on Facebook for saying, hey, go to my YouTube channel. And they don't have as much subscribers as we do. You know why? Because I just give all my information for free. I literally will just put in more work than everyone else who spends tens of thousands of ad revenue to go buy their course and go to my thing and join my mastermind. How am I growing more than these people? First of all, I have the best audience ever, but the reason is because I outwork these people. I do more videos. I do more free value. I give more value. I give more content. I give as much as I possibly can. I give everything I have in my soul, my heart, like everything I have for you guys on this channel. And you guys apparently like it, which is great. But the reason why I went from 0 subscribers all the way to this, and having more than any of these people who have tens of thousands of subscribers, and they spend hundreds of thousands every year on like ad revenue for you to go to their YouTube channel, sell you courses, is because I outworked them. And I spent no money. Like I had money, but I didn't spend any money. But how did I get to a point where I was better than them, or like more, like had more like people following me than them? Guess why? Just because I outworked them. So if you're in your real estate wholesaling business right now and you had no budget or no money, and you're like, this big wholesaler is going to destroy me, I have nothing. Do what I did here on this channel. Outwork them. It's as simple as it is, guys. Go outwork the competition. I don't look at other people's competition because honestly, I could end this YouTube channel tomorrow, and I make no money from this, so I don't care. But the analogy I can give you, because I love analogies, is you just got to outwork everyone. Simple as that. For me, I had no subscribers. What I did is I just outworked everyone. So in your real estate wholesaling business, you need to outwork everyone. You had no money. You don't spend tens of thousands of dollars every month in ads for people to go, for motivated sellers to go to your company. Fine. Okay. Roger that. What are you going to do? Are you going to sulk and not work harder? If I did on my YouTube channel, I'd have 10 subscribers still. I just outworked everyone, and it ended up doing well. I'm helping people and changing lives. I'm stealing millions of dollars from gurus, and it makes me very happy. And I'm not getting paid from it, which is fine. But like, this is a legacy thing for me. So it's truly amazing. So do what I did. Use me as a role model if you want. Go out there and outwork the biggest people in your market. And I promise you, you keep outworking them like Kobe Bryant. Keep outworking everyone. Go out there and do well. Arguably, how did LeBron James destroy the top like basketball players like when he was playing? He had like Tracy McGrady. He had all the guys from the early 2000s. I love my boy D Wade, but how did LeBron James become better than Dwayne Wade? He just outworked him, and I guess he's bigger too. But overall, I'm telling you right now, you just got to outwork a competition. So the reason why I'm ranting here for Drawing for Dollars is because nobody has that list. So your top cool guys out there, the top wholesalers, they're not out there drawing for dollars. They're pulling a big high equity list and cold calling it. And they're not going to go drive for dollars. So go out there and do it. Your competition is on doing it, and you'll destroy them doing it. I promise you that. you keep scaling up, you keep putting the work in, you will destroy them. And think about it. If let's say you're in a competition and you want to destroy your competition on the acquisitions, outwork competition on the acquisition side and you'll destroy them. I promise you that. Get very good acquisitions. You don't have to have any money to be good at talking to people and just be good at talking to sellers. You'll beat the guy who spent tens of thousands of marketing because you're just a better human being and you want to help people become better and provide a win-win solution. So keep it up, guys. So do the drawing for dollars. Start cold calling that list. You can also start cold calling like government lists and code violations too. A lot more saturation, like I said before, but overall, it'll do very well for you. So cold calling, it's another good one. The reason why I love cold calling so much is because it's actually a list. Hear me out. It's actually the only marketing channel. Again, drawing for dollars, you still have to cold call with it. But overall, I can tell you right now. Let me pop this up. All right, cold calling. So with cold calling, the way I love cold calling so much, guys, is because you get the best of both worlds. You know, like I talk about mama mentality and Kobe Bryant, all this stuff. So how cool would it be if you could actually do training and marketing together? That'd be cool. I think it's awesome. So cold calling, the reason why I love cold calling, the reason I had the biggest growth in my real estate wholesaling journey and my actual skill set for wholesaling, and the biggest jump of how much money I made like on a monthly basis jumped the most when I started cold calling 5 hours. Sorry, I didn't do 8. I did 5 hours a day, 5 days a week for a year straight. So from 2 to 7 p.m. So the biggest growth I had was when I started cold calling 5 hours a day in my college dorm room. And why was that? Because when I was calling people, obviously I was marketing and I was finding motivated sellers. I was marketing from there, which is obviously amazing, but I was also gaining skills. That's right. I was actually gaining skills talking to my motivated sellers. So I was getting, the more repetitions I was putting, the mojo back then was the gym, but that's basically what I was doing. It was pretty fun, but I was basically training myself, talking to motivated sellers, training, doing objections, training, just giving my wholesaling closing pitches out there, doing the virtual wholesaling over there. The more I was doing, I was calling, I was training, and I was marketing and training at the same time. You do that 5 hours a day for a year straight, you're going to get very, very good at it. And when it comes to me just going on an acquisitions appointment back then, it was lights out. Like I was so good at talking to people, connecting with them. That cold calling was game changer for me. So if you have no experience and no budget, I'm telling you right now, cold call. I cannot tell you this enough. You have no money, start cold calling. It's one of the freest ways out there to get real estate wholesaling deals. And I promise you right now, you take all my money away from me today, I have no money. What I would do, I would probably go to the local library. I would go pull all the code violations and government lists I can, get a Google Voice, go to truepeoplesearch.com and start dialing. That's it. Smile and dial till I had the money to go out there and get a deal. So we'll talk more about that right now. But overall, I can tell you this right now. Cold calling is one of the best ways to do it. So let's talk about door knocking too. If you have no money, you can start doing door knocking too. Start knocking on doors and seeing if people want to sell the property for cash. It's not the most fun thing to do. It's a little more difficult to do, but overall you can. You can get pre-foreclosure lists for free, believe it or not. And overall, it's a great list to do. I highly recommend it. Lists. So the lists you got to do when you have no money. These are the lists you can get that are free. And they're a little more saturated because of this YouTube channel, but they still work. And I know for your market, you'll still be successful in it. So number one is government lists. I'm sorry for the people that watch all my videos sometimes, and they're like, because I do 7 videos a day, 7 videos a week, and it feels like I'm a broken record. But the truth is, repetition is the mother of success. And it's absolutely true. So I will repeat this into your brain every single day until you do it. I do not care. I am sorry, but I will say this. If you have no money, trying for dollars in cold calling is great. But government lists are the next niche list you can get to have success. I'm telling you right now, in real estate wholesaling, there's a lot. If I'm guessing you're in a pretty decently saturated market, so you're going to have to do government lists. It's a free list. They're super motivated, and you just keep marketing to that list and cold calling it. You will get wholesaling deals. Like you want a wholesaling deal, go out there, do it. Like you want to go out and start fishing. Literally, I can tell you this. Go out there with a lure. I'll give you a bridge to go. Start going on the water. Start throwing that plug on the water and just start reeling it in, and a fish is going to bite, and you will catch a fish. So everyone goes up to me. I think of an analogy like, Zach, how do I catch a fish here in Stuart, Florida? Okay, here's a lure. Here's the rod. Here's the reel. Go out there, cast it, and start going back and forth. About 2 hours, you'll catch a snook or something. That's it. So the way I look at it, hey, Zach, how do I get my first real estate wholesaling deal? A little different than a snook because it's $15,000 to $20,000 there, which a lot better than catching a snook. I love catching fish, but a $15,000 to $20,000 deal is a way better cash to me. But people ask me the same thing, and I look at it the same way as fishing. People might think I'm crazy for thinking about it, but it's absolutely true. So with the government list here, go out there, pull a government list, and start cold calling. You do it enough, you're going to get a deal. So that's the way I look at it. Like I hate excuses. I understand excuses. I'm sympathetic for it. And I'm also empathetic for it. But I'm telling you, it's all about the amount of dials you do on these lists. How many hours are you putting in cold calling per month to get it? Because it only takes one deal a month to make $100,000, $120K a year in profit for your business. So I'm not going to be empathetic if you keep telling me this stuff sucks and you've only done it for a month or two. I literally did 5 hours a day for a year straight. Like I'm sorry, but like I'm the last person to be empathetic on someone like not getting their deal if they're not putting in the work. That's what it takes. It's not you're trying to be in the NBA, because a lot of NBA analogies today. So I hope you like basketball, guys. So I watched The Last Dance for like the third time. I'm in that mode. Really, what I can tell you here is if someone says, I didn't make it in the NBA, like, well, let me see where your time was spent. Were you spending 6 hours a day in the basketball gym? Well, Kobe Bryant was. So like, do you expect him to give up his spot for you? Stuff like that. I love Kobe. Code violations. So with the government lists, you got to talk about code violations because it's one of the best ones out there. It's a little saturated, but it's good enough where you'll get a deal. Keep calling that list. I promise you, you're going to call the right time with a motivated seller where they get a bunch of calls, but this time they're like, you know what? Let's sell it. I'm sick of this. So you'll do well in it. It's not like this insane list that you're going to get like the world's going to open up and you're just going to get 50 deals calling for an hour on there. But it's going to be a tough list. You probably won't get a deal the first month or two doing it, but you keep doing this, you add in the water shutoffs, you do the other lists, and it'll add up for you. But code violations, you get this list from the code enforcement office in your local city and county. Quick tip, let's say you're in Harris County, Texas, which is basically Houston. Go to the Houston code enforcement office and the Harris County one. They're separate, and you'll get two code violation lists because they're different departments, and they actually drive for different lists. How they find code violations, most likely. So in my city, that's kind of how I figure out how they find it. It is how would I say this politely? An elderly person or someone who is upset that their neighbor has what we call, quote unquote, I'm going to roll my eyes on this, but an eyesore in the community that they deem is the grass is too high and it just offends them. They're going to call the code enforcement office, and the code enforcement office is going to drive by and say, your grass is too high, $50 a day till you fix it. That will be on public record, and we'll go get that list and we'll call that person. Because most likely if they do that, they probably have the high grass for a reason. So that's what I could say right now is you just get it from the code enforcement office or the code compliance office and ask them for the code violation list of all open code violations currently for the month. You're going to get probably called the plate, or they're going to lie to you. And I think I have enough subscribers and people have done this where people can back me up here because people think I'm crazy when I say this, but you will literally go to the code enforcement office and ask for the open code violations, and they're going to say this, oh, Mr. Ginn, we don't have that list. That is a blanket lie. If you're in the United States of America, I can tell you they have that list because they are doing code violations there. Keep hammering that list, and maybe you have to do a Freedom of Information Act. You have to look that up because it's definitely a process that I can't get in the legal stuff in. Again, also a quick note here, I'm not a legal advisor, lawyer, Joe Schmo. I'm not a realtor. I'm none of those fancy things, but just so I don't get sued. But what you do is just go keep asking for that list. Do a FOIA request, and guess what's going to happen? You're going to get the list. And it looks like the government person lied. What are you going to do? Cry about it? Like whatever. So that's how you get that list. The next one is water shutoffs. So when people shut their water off, pretty hard to live in a house without water or electricity. So you do the utility shutoff list and the water shutoff list. Usually get it from the utility department, and do the same thing as code violations. Fire damage property list. The reason why I'm actually putting these three together, I feel like they're grouped basically the same: water shutoffs, code violations, water shutoffs, and fire damage properties, because it's basically the same process. You just go to different departments. So you go to the code enforcement office, ask for the open code violations. Go to utility department, ask for the open utility. Actually, ask for the utility shutoffs and the water shutoff list. Go to the fire damage property. People get confused on this one. Go to the fire department or the local firehouse and ask for a list of all the fire damage properties or the calls on there. And just ask for it. You might do a Freedom of Information Act. This list is really hard to get like easily, but that means a lot of wholesalers can't get it. So it's really important for you to actually go out there and get that list. It's an amazing list. I love it. So go out there and get that list too. And then my personal favorite is Probates. Sorry. I was bench pressing today, so always thirsty. So I can tell you the Probates right now, it's getting a little more saturated. I'll say more realtors are coming into the market, but overall, it's still an amazing list, and I will highly recommend it still. We're still getting lots of deals from it. So go to your local clerk of the court. You can sometimes do it online, or maybe you have to go in person. And then from there, you can go out there and actually get deals done. So overall, that's what I would say. Get the probates, and you're going to have to go, find the owners of the actual heirs of the property. So when someone passes away, it's called a probate. And you actually want to talk to the people that actually have this house inherited and see if they want to sell it for cash, because usually the property is in bad condition. So that's what I can say there. Probate's amazing. You're going to go to truepeoplesearch.com. We're actually going to put in the information on truepeoplesearch.com, and magically their phone number is going to pop up. Sorry to tell you, you put my name on there, my personal phone number is not going to pop up, but True People Search doesn't really do the best for people under 21. So I'm 21 years old now, so it's probably not the best. I probably got to change my phone numbers if they start pulling my info in there. But really, it's the best website right now to find someone's phone number for free, like hands down. I know a bunch of skip tracing people I use, and it's the best. So overall, that's the best one to do. What we're going to do is we're going to go to Google Voice, and we're going to get a free phone number, and we're going to start calling from there. We're going to call all these lists with a cold calling script. Now, I have a choice here. What should I do? Should I have this fancy schmancy cold calling script so I can sell you a $5,000 cold calling course, or get really fancy with everything, or what should I do? So what's my process? So I say make it simple, like KISS, KISS, keep it simple, stupid. That's the only thing I can say. So a lot of people complicate cold calling or make it crazy. There's some big cold calling gurus out there on YouTube, and everyone uses their scripts, but they actually start sounding all the same, and you got to be different. So overall, cold calling is as simple as this. And this is how simple I made it, 5 hours a day. It gets kind of old, but again, I was changing my life with the amount of money we're making there. So this is what I can tell you right now. Obviously, I think there's a train behind me. You can probably hear it. This is the problem on living literally on a river, is the train's right there. Whatever. So bear with me there. But overall, I can tell you right now, you got to have a conversation with their sellers, and you literally, for cold calling, you're not asking them if they're looking to sell the property. You're not going for yesers. You're trying to get rid of no's. That's the way I did cold calling, and that's the way it changed everything for me. And time is of the essence, so you got to be quick. I want to get through as many cold calls as possible, and I want to get rid of all the no's so I can get to the yeses. That's it. If someone's not wanting to sell right now, most likely they're not. So you want to get to the yeses and the maybes. That's all you want. So really have this conversation, like ring, ring, ring. Hello. Hey, is this the owner of 123 Main Street? Yes, this is her. Oh, okay, Beth. Really nice to meet you here. My name is Zach. Quick question for you. Are you looking to sell your property? Or are you looking for a cash offer in your property? Something like that. No? Okay, have a great day. Not next one. Keep going. You ask that question enough, you'll find someone who says, maybe or possibly. Oh, yeah, I actually am. I'm thinking about it. Boom. Have the conversation. Go from there. Get a wholesaling deal. That's it. That's like, guys, that's it. That's as simple as this business should be. So that's what I can say right now. That is as simple as your cold calling script should be. Shouldn't all be the super fancy schmancy thing. Just go for the yes there and keep having a conversation. Meet them at the property and get a real estate wholesaling deal under contract. That's it, guys. That's my cold calling script. So what we do here is once we find the yeses, obviously the no's, we'll probably call them back in a month or a week or as many times as we actually want to and possibly can, and we'll go from there. So now we're going to qualify the seller. And this is the next part of the wholesaling real estate process that overall, it's really good. I love it. And this is a foolproof way to see if someone's going to be a good wholesaling deal or not. It's foolproof. Not many things in life are foolproof except this. So, see here. Geez, this cup keeps flowing slow. So, all right. So, number one is motivation. I can tell you right now, if we have someone who looking to sell the property, we're going to go for their motivation. We're going to see why they're looking to sell the property. We're going to see why. What are they doing? Is it a job change? Did a family member die and they want to get rid of it? Do they want to move out of state? You're going to have to figure it out. In your state, usually the motivation changes. So I'm in Florida. So a lot of people just want to get out of Florida. Florida's crazy. Or people want to stay in Florida or move to a bigger part of Florida. Or they're sick of the hurricanes. They want to go up to New Jersey. They don't want to deal with it anymore. Overall, it's crazy. So that's what I can tell you. Just know what your market is, but ask them why they're looking to sell the property. If they're not, probably not a good wholesaling deal. Next year, we're going to ask about the condition of the property. Is the property in good condition or bad condition? We sort of have to figure that out a little. So if the property's in perfect condition, maybe it's not a right deal. It's not the worst thing. I've done wholesaling deals when properties are in really good condition. So overall, I can tell you, not the biggest deal in the world to do, but it's still pretty good. Next here is time frame. When are they looking to sell a property? Obviously, if they're looking to sell like in the next 6+ months, maybe it's not best for a real estate wholesaling deal, but if they want to do it within a month or two, it's probably good. So it's a very important question to ask them. Next year's price. What is the price they're actually looking to sell this property for? Pretty important to ask, I would say. But you could really get prices down pretty quick if you start building rapport really well. So that's probably the next change I would have here. So price is really important, but it's not the end of the world, but always get that out of the seller. So that's what I would say. Next year is we're going to do a CRM for a Podio. So what a CRM is basically a customer relationship management. I don't know. I got a bachelor's degree in business and I still don't even know what that is. That's how screwed up this education system is. So yes. So CRM is basically where we put all of our leads in, so we don't remember it now. I have a pretty good, decent memory, but I can't remember thousands and thousands of leads that I have in my Podio currently. So we have basically a database where we have all the motivated sellers, all the notes. Chihuahua's name is Taco, and like the cute little like stuff with the rapport that helps you build like a relationship really well with your sellers. All that stuff's in there. It's free. Search my name, space Podio, and it'll pop up on there. I'll get my free Podio guide. It's got like I think it's got 15,000 views or something. So it's a free Podio guide. People try to sell. It's like people sell that stuff for $500 and I just give it for free. That's why it's doing pretty well. But overall, that's what I'd say. So next here, really important. I don't think a lot of people talk about this enough or they don't stress about it enough, but overall, I can tell you right now, we got to find the right offer. So let's say we found the perfect person. They're talking very well. They're really motivated to sell the property. It needs a lot of work, and they honestly just want to sell it quickly for a decent price. We're going to have to figure out what is the right offer for us to give to our motivated sellers. What is it? We got to figure this out. So what's it going to be? We're going to find the right offer. So number one, we're going to have to find comps. So for us to find what the perfect offer is for a real estate wholesaling deal, we're going to have to find comparables around the property. So what do I mean by this? We're going to find properties that are comparable in area, size, condition, and we're going to try to figure out what the property is really worth and really overall what we're doing here I'm going to be honest with you. We're just going to figure out what are cash buyers willing to pay for the property. That's basically it. So if I have property under contract for $100,000 and I'm looking at it before I put it under contract, and I'm like, okay, let's figure out. So if I'm like, oh, my cash buyer probably pay around 110, maybe 130 for the property. I'd probably try to sell for 130, but maybe it's 115, 120. I know that if I offer 100, I'll make $10,000 to $30,000. So that's perfect, right? So that's overall what we're trying to do here. So we're going to find comparables on the property. To find that, we're going to look at other properties, use like Zillow, Redfin, Realtor.com. I like Redfin for comps. I don't know why. I enjoy it. I think it's really easy to do. So overall, I would use that servicing for it. So comps are really good for there. And then overall from there, we're going to look for properties with the same subdivision, plus or minus 200 to maybe 250 square feet. And we're going to look at condition and the type of property built. Don't do an A-frame with a concrete built house, but we want to find properties that are very similar condition. So we roughly know what the property's worth. We're going to minus out our repairs. We're going to figure out what repairs are. My biggest recommendation when it comes to finding out what the repairs are on a property is call contractors and see what things cost. What's the cost of a new roof, flooring, AC, things like that. Repainting a property if it needs to be repainted. Figure out repairs. It's not the hardest thing to do, but it does take time to understand it and take some research. But again, if you have no experience, you don't have to know this exactly. Just get the property under contract for the lowest price and sell to a cash buyer. Then from there, we're going to probably multiply that by 15 to 20%. So overall, let's get our handy calculator out here and try to calculate it for you guys out here. So let's go right here. So let's say we figure out that $150,000 for like a brand new spanking property right here. That's what it is, $150,000. I need to get a new screen protector on this phone. I know. I get DMs all the time on it, but $150K, okay? Let's say the property needs about $30,000 in repairs. So I'm minusing $150 from $30,000. So 1,000 square foot houses that are wood frame like that with the sheath, with a new roof and everything selling for $150,000, okay? It needs $30,000. Let's say the flooring needs work. It needs like painting on the outside. We calculate about $50,000, okay? All right, no, 30,000 repairs. Now we're at $120,000. And I know my cash buyers are probably paying, they want a 20% or 15% discount. Let's multiply that by 0.8. So 100% minus the 20% is 80%. So multiplied by 0.8 is 96,000. So in this example here, I figured out my cash buyer is probably willing to pay $96K for the property. So what kind of offer should I give? And this is where a lot of wholesaling YouTube guys are so disconnected from reality. They don't even run real estate wholesaling business anymore. That's the reason why I share all of my HUDs and I share all of my properties, is because these guys say, oh, I run this huge operation, but they will not bring you to one property. They won't do a YouTube video on any flips that they do or any wholesale deals. They won't show you any checks. And they just say that they run this big operation, but they never show you a check and they never like show you a real property they're doing. So kind of weird. They're in their little studio just without doing. So that's why I do checks all the time. That's why I try to share some like deals I do because it drives me crazy. So they're so disconnected from actual real estate wholesaling that they do the old 70% formula. So if we know 96K is what our cash buyers are willing to do, that's like, okay, I'm a finance nerd. I love arbitrage. Literally, it's like buying $5 bills for $3. Literally. Okay, so I give you $3 and you give me $5 back. I'll go crazy on that, right? So now I know that this $5 bill is worth $5, okay? Now I want to buy it for $4, right? That's a profit, right? So the same thing there. So literally, let's look at it like a $96,000 bill, okay? Let's say it's a bill of $96,000, okay? Or let's bump it up. Let's bump it up. Let's say this is $100,000. Okay, let's say cash buyers want to pay $100,000, okay? So there's actually out there, it's called a $100,000 bill. This is how I'm trying to teach it. It's probably the best way I can explain it. So I'm very visual. So maybe this will help someone. I hope it does. Let's see what I can do. All right, it's the Woodrow Wilson one. All right. Let's pop it up. This is a real American bill. Just hope you guys know this. Okay. When it comes to finding an offer, guys, we have this. This is the Woodrow Wilson. Usually banks do this, but it's a $100,000 banknote. Okay. Hear me out. So let's say the property, our cash buyer is willing to pay a property for $100,000. Okay. Hear me out. Okay. Let's do this. What would you do if you have a $100,000 bill? How much would you pay for that bill? Probably 100,000. What would happen if, let's say, someone says, Zach, I'll give you this $100,000 bill for $95,000? What would you do? Would you take that? Or would you say, there's not enough profit on that for me? You will take that every single time, right? That's so. If you have a cat like a motivated seller, and they say, Zach, I want to sell this thing for $90,000, and you get on a contract for 90 and sell to a cash buyer for 100, you just make 10K. So if you have a motivated, this is why I love wholesaling. You have people willing to sell you $100,000 bills like this, properties, for 80, 70, $65,000, and you just sell it and make a profit. So I'm telling you guys right now, if let's say someone puts on a contract, they want to sell it for $95,000, you're going to make 5K. $5,000 is still a lot of money. So go out there and do it. Seriously, you are able to buy $100,000 bills for $95,000. That is the example I can give to you right now. I'm telling you, right? It does not get any easier than that. That is what we do in real estate wholesaling. I cannot talk about it enough. I love this business so much because you're able to do stuff like this. Like, guys, this stuff, drives me nuts. But that's it. That's how we figure out the offers. From there, we write a contract. So we go to www.flipwithrick.com/contract. That's my free wholesaling contract. That's also my free assignment of contract, which helps you get protected from cash buyers trying to screw you. Because I had a big, awesome guy, shout out to Ryan. He got screwed by a cash buyer in his first wholesaling deal. So yeah, I said, you know what? Let me get the lawyers, let me get everyone, and let me get the most legally protected assignment of contract possible. And I made it just for him, but I give it for everyone for free. So www.flipwithrick.com/contract. This is my free assignment of contract and free wholesaling contract. I'm telling you, it's amazing. Next year, I was going to find cash buyers, basically someone who's going to buy that $100,000 bill for $100,000. Again, that's an example, but that's what we're going to do. So Facebook groups is one of my favorite ones out there. Go to Facebook groups, search @gmail.com, and a lot of them, people just drop their emails on there, and I just copy and paste it, and that's how I find a lot of cash buyers. Go to cash sales, talk to realtors, JV with big wholesalers out there. If you want, you probably have to get 50% of the deal out, but it's really good. Or do like bandit signs out there and just start cold calling, like just cash sales, and go out there, sell it to the cash buyer, bring them to the property, do the assignment of contract, find the right title company, boom, profit and repeat. That's it, guys. That is how simple this real estate wholesaling business should be. And that's how simple it really is. So I'm telling you right now, profit and repeat, profit and repeat. That's it, guys. Like that is my real estate wholesaling guide. Like that is my ultimate guide here when it comes to wholesaling no budget. So now we're getting the fun stuff. This is the stuff that gets me pretty excited. So what we're going to do, comment below your questions and I will answer them. And I'll go for as long as I can. But the one thing I'm going to do is I just drank a lot of water. So I'm going to use the bathroom really quick. I'm going to do a little countdown. Comment below your questions and I'll be back and we'll get it going, guys. So let's get going. I'm back, guys. Sorry about that. Sometimes nature calls. Okay. So let's come to the questions below. Let's get it going, guys. Also, like if you guys been watching this whole thing, remember, smash that like button, subscribe and comment. Only way where I can change the wholesaling real estate forever. So everyone gets everything out for free. I will retire. I promise you. That's what I'll do. I will retire from real estate wholesaling YouTube and all social media if every single real estate coach and guru out there on YouTube, Facebook, everything gives everything for free. They stop selling courses. They stop doing everything. They give everything out for free for the people. That's what I'll do. That's it. And that ain't going to happen. So, 21 years old right now. Until I can change the whole real estate wholesaling process and everything, I'm doing a video a day until it's done. So, that's my mission. If you guys want to join the mission or actually help me in it, what you guys need to do is smash that like button and subscribe. Let's beat these gurus out. I steal millions of dollars from them every single year. And it's always fun to do because it saves you guys money so you can use it for your own marketing. And it helps you guys actually overall in the future. So let's get going. Comment below your questions. Let's pump it up. This cup sucks. Okay. Zach, what's up? What's up? How's it going, man? How are you, John? Let's go. What's up, Vincent? Let's go. This is a better time for me. That's awesome. Hello. How do I wholesale homes that still have a mortgage? That's a great question. You just minus off. So let's say a property is worth $100,000 and there's a $20,000 mortgage. Basically, the title company will take care of it. What you can do from there is that means the cash buyer will pay, let's say 120. We make 20K on it, and then we got some money there. So basically, 80,000 goes to the seller and 20,000 goes off to pay the bank. So overall, if there's equity in there, you'll do well. Amazing advice as always. I don't even need to watch to know that anymore. No money down is the best and easiest way to wholesale. So please continue to provide. Thanks, Chris. Yo, what's good here in San Diego, dude? You're here early, man. What is that? 1 o'clock? That's what, 10, right? Yeah, that was 10. Jeez, man. You're up early. You're up early learning, dude. 10 o'clock. All right, let's go, man. Most people are smiling down at 9, so that's pretty cool. That's awesome. So that's cool. It's an early live for you, which is cool. So do you recommend finding a local wholesaler to learn from if you know nothing? No. Yeah. I mean, they got to be credible and good because you might get bad info, and a lot of people have scarcity mentality, so maybe not. Zach here, ready to listen like always. Thank you for the info. Still working on my first deal. Let's get it. Let's get it, man. How do you view market saturation competition? Should new players be deterred away when there's big players? No, I'm telling you right now. Try for dollars. Start cold calling. Like I would have been deterred, especially starting a YouTube channel if everyone was everyone had way more subscribers. There's hundreds of thousands. What did I do? Start out working them. And that's what you got to do. How did I beat the biggest wholesalers in my real estate wholesaling market? Is I started out working these people. And it worked pretty well for me. Mama mentality. I love it, man. I love it. I love Kobe. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Boom, boom, boom. True leader. Thank you, Blair. I appreciate it, man. Doesn't driving cost money? Driving does cost money, but you can walk for dollars or bike for dollars. Or get an electric bike. I like it, Brandon. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm getting mine soon. That's awesome. Exercise plus driving for dollars equals success. Exactly. Loving the content. Thank you, Kristen. I truly appreciate it. I truly appreciate it. You're awesome. Your conviction and passion is infectious. I have 100% conviction that I can help everyone out in real estate wholesaling. I know I can change lives, and I've done this business enough where I have 100% conviction. This is live. Obviously, you can tell that if you do the work in this business, you'll be successful. That's it. Where does the title company ask the seller when you're doing an assignment versus double close? You are the best wholesaling YouTuber. Bonsai, thank you so much. Overall, I would tell you just got to call the title company and ask them if they're open to doing them. Some aren't. And guess what we're going to do if they're not? We're just going to go on to the next one, as Jay-Z says. So on to the next one, and that's what we're going to do. So just find when they'll do it. Love your content, bro. Keep it up. Thank you. Thank you. I got a deal under contract. I want to JV with you. How to get in touch? I message you on Instagram. I'll get back to him. I get so, yeah, dude. Okay. I get so many messages. Still harder to do, but overall, I'll get to it, man. I promise you. What's a JV? Or I think a JV is basically when you joint venture with someone. That's what JV stands for. Or you basically partner up and collaborate with someone to actually do some real estate wholesaling. That's kind of what it is. How do you get free list other than title company and clerk of the court? Drive for dollars or walk for dollars is a good one. You do, no, not clerk of the court. Yeah, I mean, do other government lists. So water shutoffs, fire damage properties, code violations due from the code enforcement office. What's up, Morris? How are you? Can you touch on multifamily and land? Should beginners stay away? Beginners do land, stay away from multifamily unless it's like a duplex or something or triplex. Out of all the people that are teaching stuff, is if Zach or Rick asked me for 10 grand, I'd hand it over in New York minute. Alan, I don't want your money. Use that money for your marketing and turn that into 100K for me. And then go buy a Rolex or something fancy or, whatever. If you're married, go out on a really nice dinner. Go treat your significant other or something. But I don't want your money, man. I think it's man. Alan is the guy's name. I don't know. Hopefully I know. Hopefully I'm doing it right. Sorry. But what I can tell you, Alan, right now, I don't want your money. I don't want your, I don't want it, dude. I'm sorry. I'm not doing this for money. I make a 10 grand. It sounds very selfish, but dude, 10 grand's nothing to me. And I'm saying that in the most humblest way possible. To give up my morals and to give up my conviction and to give up basically everything I work for 10 grand is terrible. Is nothing to me compared to my legacy and my actual character and truly how I want to be viewed in this wholesaling community. Not worth me peddling 10 grand, $1,000 masterminds for the stuff. My legacy, especially in this business starting, at 21, I got plenty of legacy to keep going, but I'm going for a legacy play here. I want to be one of the most influential wholesalers out there, especially on social media. And I want to change I want to change the way wholesaling is being done. I want to put compassion, empathy, and I just want to add in just being a great ethical person for wholesale. I want to be the ultimate role model for real estate wholesaling because I think it's so bad, some of these people in this industry. So I'm really trying to put a 180 on it, and I'm trying to really put compassion and empathy and really hard work into this business. And I truly think I can change the way it's being done, and that's what I'm doing. So that legacy is way more important than the 10 grand. I promise you that. But I know what you're getting out there. I truly appreciate it. And yeah, man, let's keep going. This is going to sound stupid to say or mean, but you get the government list from the government. So you go to the code violation office, you go code enforcement office, the fire department, and then you go to the utility department and the clerk of the court. You can get water shutoffs on PropStream. Simple. That's it. Let's see here. Question, Zach, when using the dialer, what happens if two people answer the phone calling? I think it puts one on the back burner and they'll call it again, depending on what service you use. Ooh, hold on. How do taxes work with selling the property and land? Depends. So it really depends on your state. So with homestead exemptions, sorry, I'm not trying to get this coffee to spill everywhere. With a homestead exemption, especially with Florida and stuff, you don't have to pay taxes. I think it's 3 years. I don't know how other states do it. Well, I know how Michigan and North Carolina do it, but taxes work pretty similar everywhere. But for you, if you do a wholesale check, you're probably going to have to pay taxes on it. You're not going to avoid taxes 100% on it, so I'd be careful. Because my wholesaling fee can change, Joyce. So you said, I watched your video on the formula. You didn't include the wholesaling fee. Why not? Because you say your minimum wholesaling fee is $2 grand or your minimum wholesaling fee is 10 grand. What if you're going to make $1 grand? Are you going to say no to that? Of course you're not. So I put in, if I can make $1 on it, I'll do it, and I can negotiate from there. When I'm doing this virtually, how do I orchestrate seeing the property or sending someone out there? How do I ask for pictures and let them know my buyer will be the only one looking at the buyer at it? Okay. So to find an actual pictures of the property, that's pretty easy. There's like some BPO websites on there. I don't know the exact ones out there, but do like BPO pictures, search it up. You'll find a service like that. It's really good. It's sending someone out there to take pictures. That's what I do. Find someone on Craigslist or like a for sale Facebook or not a job posting Facebook place, and you'll find them pretty well there. What I would say here, and then just make sure the buyer's really trusted and call your buyer a partner, and it'll get a lot easier to go through. I always recommend a lockbox if you can, but that'd be the easiest thing to do. Hopefully that helped, Vaughn. Yes, perfect. I'm in the Bronx and would like to start ASAP. Is it possible wholesale in such a large and expensive city? Virtual wholesaling. I use smszach.com for that. So overall, that's what I do. That's the link for it. The Skip Trace LLCs. You usually got to get credit bureau for that stuff. Or if the trust or LLC has an address, you might be able to use truepeoplesearch.com for it. But overall, it might be a little harder though. Good analogy. I appreciate it. Joy says also, how do you figure out pricing for repairs? I feel that I'm overpriced and my offers are extremely low compared to what houses are selling for in the area. You're probably doing your ARV wrong, or you're probably doing your repairs wrong. So I figure out pricing for repairs by just talking to contractors and honestly having experience. The more experience you have, the better you are at it. I always do my repairs rough, and I always shoot for the lowest offer possible and build the most rapport. That's kind of what I do. Top 10 deals to wholesaler virtual. I'm in the DMV area. Top 10 deals. Top 10 deals. I don't know how to answer that question. I think asking for markets. I have a top 10 virtual wholesaling market. Search my name after that and it'll pop up. My top ones overall will be Texas and like Tennessee and like Georgia, but they're good. Orlando's really good too. I'm in Orlando, brand new. Need to talk, very determined. Let's go, Tim. All right, dude. Best of both worlds. You're learning while doing this. This is awesome, man. That's sweet. Hey, is it true I have to set up my LLC first? No, you do not. Hey, can you use? Yes, you can. Make sure the Google Maps is a little better. But yeah, you definitely can. What do you do about paying the title company for the title search before sending the deal to your cash buyer? Or do you do the title search after finding the cash buyer? I do the title search before the cash buyer. Let's see here. And also the cash buyer pays for the title search. Thank you so much. Should you have an agreement for a JV go? I'm working on it right now. You guys are amazing. Yes, man. Let's go. No Rolex from me. I just keep it humble. Do you have any contracts or wholesaling tools? www.flipbook.com/contract. Right there on the bottom. Okay. Top 3 markets you recommend. So I would say Knoxville, Fresno, California, and let's see. What should I recommend right now? Detroit. Thank you so much for all you do, Zach. I hope your contact you soon with news from my first sale. I can't wait to hear it. Yes, you can. Can you do repairs by square foot? Yes. Thank you. You guys are so much help. I appreciate you. I meant top 10 cities, dude. Oh, yeah. No worries, man. By the way, Zach with an H, but it doesn't really matter. Let me go find that list for you. All right. So I'm trying to get the official list for the 10. So my top 10 virtual wholesaling markets. So what we got here. I just released it, so I'm trying to pop it up. All right. Top 10 list. Number 10. I just want to get it all done because I remember doing it and then I don't memorize this list. So I did a lot of research for it though. 10 is Fresno, California. Number 9 is Cleveland, Ohio. Number 8 is Memphis, Tennessee. 7, San Antonio, Texas. 6 is Houston. 5 is Greenville, South Carolina. 4 is Onslow County, North Carolina. 3 is Macon, Georgia. Macon, Georgia. 2 is Fayetteville, North Carolina. And number 1 is Knoxville, Tennessee. Boom. How do you get someone to facilitate the showing with a seller and buyer when virtual? You have a very trusted buyer to go there. Maybe even sometimes use a realtor. Giving gold. Thanks, D. I appreciate it. Sometimes, so if you have to do a roof on a 2,000 square foot property is different than something with like 1,000 square feet. So yeah, a lot of it's by square footage, not like ACs or something, but kind of like that. Fresno, not California overall, but Fresno. Stay locked in. Dude, I'm locked in this business. I'm locked in helping people out, and that is my goal. So overall, guys, that's basically it. That is my no budget guide for real estate wholesaling today. Hopefully you guys got some value. Let me know if you like these 1 o'clock lives. Maybe I start switching them to 1 o'clock. Let me know what you guys think. I'm very curious. Do you guys like 5? Do you guys like 1 o'clock? Please let me know. I'm legitimately curious to see. So I'm going to get some comments. I want to see what you guys like. Obviously, I might be a little biased. You guys might like the 1 o'clock ones, but that's it, guys. So overall, guys, keep hammering, keep changing your life for real estate wholesaling. And I can tell you right now, if you put in the work in this business, you will get the results that others would dream of just by putting the real work in. Thank you guys so much.